Welcome. I am Sister Who. With me today is Maureen Meegan, and we wanted to discuss, Maureen, you work with Past-life Regression Therapy is the formal name.
Yes.
How about if we start with a broad overview, because there's a lot of different ideas that feed into this, and at the time of this recording there's also a new television show that's come out, I believe called Regression, and no, I'm not making a plug for it, and it's entertainment. It's, in my opinion, I watched the first episode. It's not, I believe you'll agree, it's not what Past-life Regression Therapy is about.
And I can't answer as one who has watched this show, but it's my understanding that it's based upon solving mysteries through
Well, the first
past
episode
lives?
I saw, they essentially were doing Past-life Regression Therapy with a particular woman. She was remembering a past life, and as she remembered that life, they solved the crime that had been committed 60 years earlier in order to prevent somebody on death row who was wrongly accused from being killed. Wonderful Hollywood plot.
And it was all legally admissible evidence.
and they were able to do it in a way that they discovered legally admissible evidence. Because of her past life, they were able to find where the murder weapon was, and etc. I don't think, from what I understand, it's not quite that literal.
No, it's not quite that literal. There are a few cases that are
But we're talking
approaching
1%?
that. Oh, just yes.
1%.
One very small percentage, and a lot of that has to do with acceptance of the idea of reincarnation, that the life you are living is not the only life you have lived or will live. And
Which is a very broad idea.
yes.
Because the way some people think about reincarnation may be a lot more narrow than what actually happens.
Yes. At the
You know, and
minimal of
just to throw to put this out there, I'm not necessarily identifying myself as a believer either.
okay.
I'm saying anything's possible. I think we should have open minds. It's entirely possible that I've had multiple past lives. I don't happen to remember any of them at the moment. That doesn't mean they weren't there. But whether it's historically true or not is not really the point of our show. It's more about, is it emotionally true? Is it psychologically true? Is it spiritually true? And whether it is or not, whether you can verify it is or not, how is it helpful?
Right. I like to tell clients that just what you said, it doesn't matter if this is in your belief system, if this goes against your belief system. What does matter is the experience true for you? And usually
Does it feel true?
it feels true. Usually there's great emotion with the experience. There is a sense of profoundness with the experience, that someone has just experienced something very deep on many levels, and that it's continually reverberating through the psyche, the emotions, the physical body, your spiritual self.
I think it's what you referred to on another occasion as the therapeutic value, if you will, of catharsis.
Yes.
You know, that it's this deep, deep whole person feeling of an experience that is able to get you past certain obstacles that may have you emotionally stuck.
Yes. Emotional obstacles that are based in your relationship with yourself, whatever, and that self is another side benefit of the experience is recognizing that self is something much larger than perhaps you have been conditioned to believe that self is. So
Yeah,
self
your
becomes
self doesn't stop at your skin.
right.
It goes way beyond your skin, forward and backward in time.
Yes.
It's very spiritual. It's much bigger than a human body.
Yes. And the ability to connect empathically with compassion I think when that sense of self increases, that ability to connect on those levels also increases. And that's another therapeutic
Well, and that
benefit.
empowers your relationships.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and your ability to relate to other people, even people who are completely different from you. I mean, the mere fact that they're different, or, you know, if you remember a past life that was significantly different than the present one, it doesn't place any judgment upon either one. Not on you, not on them, not on the past life. It's simply stories and information by which we can become more empowered spirits.
Mm-hmm. As if a lens, as if you're switching out a lens and coloring the experience.
A lens is a good metaphor.
Mm-hmm. So indeed, you may recall a memory or the experience of being a person who may be polar opposite of the kind of person that you are now, and just recognizing that there is a hook that is still you, that's in there, that you can put
Some
yourself
core
there,
essence.
some core essence, and some understanding. Then, you know, sometimes these attributes we layer upon ourselves, they really don't mean much. It's kind of a lot of bluster and show, and the core essence is...
They're relative only to their immediate context.
Yes.
You know, for this life, I am a man, and I am gay, and I have brown hair. Those characteristics evidently serve this life well in some way.
Yes.
Whether they will have any application beyond this life is anybody's guess. But it's not important that they do. The point is that they serve the immediate context.
Yes, and that it's